Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Spider-Woman from the new Thanos wave. On the box here we have Hellcat on one side and then Spider-Woman on the opposite side. On the back here we have pictures for both and then a tiny little bio right there. And what's really strange is that they haven't actually attached these wings. You can see that there's a gap right there. So they've actually kind of, photoshopped the wings onto the picture instead of just attaching them. So that's really strange. Maybe they did it before they even created the wings or something. I'm not sure. And then at the bottom of the box we have the rest of the wave, which I will be getting in approximately just over a week. So, subscribe and stay tuned if you want to see everyone else there, except Hellcat. I haven't ordered Hellcat. So let's get this thing open and take a closer look. So first out of the box we have the left arm and the head to Thanos. So if you want to see the Thanos Build-A-Figure review along with all the other figures from the wave, then go ahead and click on that subscribe button and I'll be doing the review for Thanos as soon as I've completed the rest of the wave. And here is Spider-Woman out of the packaging, and it is really a great figure. I do have a couple of nitpicks about it, but for the most part, I really do like this thing. So I'll just give her a little bit of a turnaround, considering I've got her on this base right here. But as you can see, you can get her into some pretty nice poses. I'm not saying that this is a really nice pose, but she's pretty articulated, but there are some things, about this mold that I do wish were different. And we get a couple of new arm pieces for this mold. As you can see, the wings, when her arms are fully up like this, they do contour to her body, and you can move the arms and they can still be attached and whatnot, but really these big ones are really only supposed to be used for when the arms are up. One thing I would like, a better flying pose would be obviously to get her head looking up if she was coming at you like that, but unfortunately, the hair is quite tough. It barely moves. I mean, if I just bring in Miss Marvel over here, she does have slightly more flexible hair on there. This one really, really hard, so I really do wish that the head could go up just that little bit more to give you a better flight pose, but that is pretty good. So alternatively, you can just take these out. They clip in pretty nicely. As you can see, they just got a little peg there in the hole. And then here she is with the smaller piece in, as you can see, with the arm all the way down. It is now sort of contoured to fill in that gap right there. And then when you move the arm up, it's always just going to be sitting there. I'm just going to go ahead and take that off, just to give you a bit of a close look at these things. So there you go. Very nice webbing right there. Really nice translucent plastic. Here is one of these smaller ones. As you can see, it's just nice and folded up there. So very, very cool accessories. It would have been pretty nice if we'd have had something to put over her hands, maybe just like a little bit of a green translucent bit of plastic for her powers, but that doesn't really matter too much. Though those wings are a lot better than having them either just permanently on there or maybe having some kind of cloth or something. I really do like what they've done with this and with this figure right here, the Spider-Man 2099, in giving us some translucent bits of plastic to use as the webbing there. So these new arms, they don't just have that hole in there for the little webbing there, but we also get this little cup at the shoulder there, which I don't really know what that's there for, whether it reinforces the joint or something so that it doesn't break, maybe if it gets bent that way or something, I don't know why it's there, but they've gone with that. I think that looks a little bit strange, to be honest. I think I would have preferred the way it was before, but that's not really too much of an issue. Like I said before, the hair is very, very stiff. I really would like a bit more articulation with some softer hair, but the sculpt itself is really nice. I do like that. The head sculpt is very, very good, and as you can see, for the most part, paint is okay. We have a little bit of lip that still needs some red on there, but that's not too bad. For the most part, the eyes and that yellow bit there and everything is painted very well. And there's no red or flesh tone bleeding into one another, not even on that ear right there, so I'm happy with that. The yellow on the body is painted pretty well, except it could have done with a little bit more there. You can see it's a little bit blotchy in places, but it doesn't have any dots on it or anything like we have this black spot right here on the chest. They appear quite a few places on a lot of other people's figures, so I'm not really sure what that's from. On mine here on the belly button, you can see there's a bit of a smudge there, which obviously is annoying, but from afar, it actually just still looks like the belly button, so that's perfectly fine. The forearms and the lower legs are actually molded in yellow, so you don't have to worry about yellow paint not matching up or anything. And you know, for the most part, those colors do match, except for the fact that we have a little bit of shading on the arms and quite a lot on the lower legs here. But obviously, we don't get any kind of that shading on that yellow there. So if they don't match, it's just because of the shading, because the colors are actually the same there. And then for the most part, the black lining and everything on her shoulders and on her back, on the arms and everything is done pretty damn well. So as for the articulation, the head can move left and right. Obviously, when you get so far, her head's forced to go to one side because the hair kind of pushes it that way. Doesn't really look up, can look down a little bit, and then you get a bit of side to side right there. Shoulders, as you saw earlier, go all the way up and all the way around. We have a rotation at the bicep there. We have a single jointed elbow which moves 90 degrees and a swivel at the elbow as well. The wrist swivel right there goes all the way around, and then we have a hinge that goes in and out with those nicely molded hands. And then the diaphragm joint comes side to side, so you get some really, really nice poses out of that, and also left to right, and then it goes back all the way. As you can see, there is a little bit of an edge to that yellow. If we get focus finally, there we go. So it would have been nice if that yellow had gone a little bit further up there, because wherever you turn it, that red is always there. But you can just slightly cut up, just bring it forward a tiny little bit. But then the main problem with this mold is the fact that it just doesn't really go forward that much, so you can't really crunch too much. And then the legs, another problem, they only go out this far. It would have been nice for them to go a lot further for Spider-Woman, and they go forward this far. Again, would have been nice to go a little bit more up right there, and back's okay really. And then we have a rotation at the thigh, double jointed knee. The feet don't really go up. Again, really would have been nice for a character like Spider-Woman. All the way down though, and we get good ankle pivot, and she has peg holes in the bottom of her feet. Spider-Woman stands just under 6.5 inches tall, so as you can see, she's about the same size as the majority of Marvel Legends. She's actually a tiny little bit taller than Daredevil here, but that's obviously because of her hair sculpt. So for the most part, the articulation is okay, but it could be a lot better. It's really the main bad thing about this figure. The accessories are really good, and the paintwork for the most part is pretty good too. So your figure should come out pretty nice. And the mold looks absolutely fantastic. It is a really great female mold they use, and I hope that they do keep on using it for a while to come as well. But the only problem is obviously the articulation from the mold, so I really do hope that they do upgrade on it a little bit for future figures. So yeah, I definitely recommend this figure if you're after a Spider-Woman. She is about 100% better than the old Toy Biz one. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you want to see pictures and upcoming reviews from my channel, then go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Homerino123 for both, and links will be in the description below. And if you want to see the rest of the Wave and future Marvel Legends videos, then go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.